Imagine being in a Formula 1 car. Must be very powerful, that.
La prova che un sogno è più potente dei soldi. Ancora in gara, anche quando tutto sembra dire il contrario. Combattere per più di un semplice trofeo. La prova che dove inizi non è dove finisci.
That one's for Nicky, mate.
Still we rise, guys. Still we rise.
1992. Il piccolo Lewis è un grande appassionato di macchine telecomandate ed è davvero bravo.
I remember seeing this radio control car and I remember getting that for Christmas. And so I was in love with that and my dad couldn't believe that I could do it. And he entered us into some local little racetrack. And I was the youngest there by like at least 10 years. And it was the most fun thing ever.
Ma la passione per le macchine è più grande e nel 93 inizia a correre con i kart.
It was a hobby for me and my dad when I was young. We had been on a holiday when I was like 5 and he just couldn't get me away from cars. I started racing when I was 8 and you know, we were new to the world. My dad bought an old go-kart from the back of a newspaper and then he made it look brand new. We started racing at a local place. And it was something I loved doing. My dad was like, well, if you work hard at school, I will do whatever I can to keep you racing. And it started getting pretty serious quite early on because we're competitive. But yeah, it was a very, very long journey. I got signed after winning my first championship. I got signed when I was 13 to McLaren and kind of never looked back from them. But if McLaren hadn't come along, I wouldn't have made it because it is a wealthy sport. It was just a desire to. I think we struggled a lot, and there were times when my dad's like, we can't race this weekend. We just don't have the money. So.
Ma nonostante tutte le difficoltà, il suo sogno rimane intatto.
I was that determined, but I was nervous every day. I would wake up, I didn't know whether I was working on always trying to make sure I kept my deal with McLaren. I wanted to always stay in the good books with Ron, so I had to make sure I won every race. I won every championship really that I did, and was just really focused on delivering, you know, because I was like, any second place or anything below, in my mind was a failure at the time, and I might lose my opportunity.
E dopo aver scalato le categorie minori con grande successo, realizza il suo sogno, correre in Formula 1.
I remember seeing my dad, and we just couldn't believe it, kind of pinching ourselves, you know, like it was such a long journey, and there was so many times where we doubted ourselves. There were so many times where we didn't know whether it was going to happen. There were so many times, there was so many tears, and once I was on track, we knew it was real.
It was an amazing moment, really, my dream had come true.
Sale sul podio all'esordio e in Canada centra la prima vittoria.
Seeing my dad when I won my first race in Montreal, looking down at him on the podium, was so validating to know that all the late nights, the traveling that we did, the adversity that we faced, just felt like it was all worthwhile.
Da quel momento inizia una cavalcata straordinaria che lo vede arrivare a 2 gare dalla fine, a un passo dalla conquista del mondiale. E già in Cina può diventare campione del mondo.
5 lights. It's go! They go into turn 1 and in grid order.
Hamilton controlla bene il suo vantaggio in classifica, ma poi succede l'impensabile.
Into the pits anyway, here comes Lewis Hamilton. He goes straight on into the gravel trap. It's all getting away from him here. Chance to leave here as the world champion seems to have gone away.
I'm sorry for the team, but I can still do it, don't worry.
Raikkonen vince e Alonso arriva secondo, così il mondiale si decide all'ultima gara in Brasile e ad Hamilton basta un quinto posto per diventare campione del mondo.
This is the moment when Lewis Hamilton's life could change forever, when Fernando Alonso could become a triple world champion, or where Kimi Raikkonen, after 2 years of finishing runner-up, could win his first Formula 1 world title.
Poco dopo la partenza, però,
Lewis Hamilton is slowing down on the track. He could be out of the world championship.
dopo aver avuto problemi alla monoposto, Hamilton tenta una rimonta quasi impossibile, mentre Raikkonen vince la gara.
Hamilton 7. By my calculations, we win the championship by 1 point.
I see the whole season as a big high, but you know, at the end of the day, we all did the best job we could, and for sure, it was not the perfect ending to an amazing story.
Il 2008 segue la falsariga dell'anno precedente e il mondiale si decide nuovamente all'ultima gara.
Brazil, this is the place where the championships get decided these days. We have two contenders, Hamilton and Massa.
Anche questa volta ad Hamilton basta un quinto posto per vincere il mondiale.
I don't need to do anything spectacular, I just need to bring the car home with some good points.
So you're ready to make history today for your country?
I'm ready to do my best and trying to do a good race.
Good luck.
Now it's all about luck. Massa needs some, and Hamilton must hope that his holds out. Right here, right now, Massa on the left. It's a cautious getaway from Hamilton.
Massa è leader della gara e a pochi giri dalla fine Hamilton si trova quinto e virtualmente campione del mondo. Ma poi succede qualcosa di inaspettato.
The rain begins to fall harder.
Right now, it's all down to whether Glock can handle the rain.
Well, normally when it rains, that's usually when things go good for me. They put the tires on and they put too much pressure in, so that was a mistake.
This is amazing. The final stages of this World Championship. Just 5 laps to go. Nerves are jangling. This is pure drama.
E dopo il pit stop, Lewis commette un errore e si ritrova sesto alle spalle di Vettel.
I was basically going back through a really traumatizing experience that I had in 2007 where I lost the world title.
Ma all'ultima curva riesce a superare la Toyota di Timo Glock, che era rimasta con gomme slick.
Is that Glock? Is that Glock going slowly?
It is, it's Glock! Oh my goodness me! Hamilton's back in position again!
So I came across the line, I thought I lost the world championship. I was an emotional wreck, and then they came on the radio and said, "You're world champion," and I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, oh God, it's too much.
Guys, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. That was so freaking close. But you guys did a fantastic job all season, and you deserve this. So this is for you and to my family. Thank you for all supporting me and believing in me. You're the best.
Put into words your emotions right now.
What can I say? I can't say anything.
I don't know if I'll ever be able to fully explain it, but it was terrifying and then exciting and emotional.
Can you describe your emotions right now? Put them into words.
I don't think I can. I'm very emotional, I would say. And, I've cried. My heart's feeling so much strain right now because I think it was the same for everyone. But I'm just very proud of the team and my family as well.
Winning that Grand Prix, it was emotional to be around my family, to know what we had been through. You know, we had nothing to start with, and to come all that way and be ahead of people who you know had a lot more than us, particularly to start off with, but potentially also maybe didn't go through as much as we went through. Was a great feeling when someone puts so much faith and trust and effort and time into you for years, and it finally pays off. That's a beautiful feeling.
La famiglia, e in particolare papà Anthony, è stato fondamentale per i successi raggiunti da Lewis.
Break down my wall.
My dad has been like the leader. He's always been that rock, you know. He's the guy that I've always wanted to impress, the guy that I've always wanted to make proud, you know. And it's not been an easy job, but that's what's made me the person I am today. So we'd struggled financially to be racing. My dad had 4 jobs and they had remortgaged the house, had put all the money into the racing.
It took me a long time to get that £1,000, and after his first race, I knew I was in trouble and needed more money, so I then picked up some other jobs, some odd jobs. One of them was dishwashing, and one of them was putting up signboards for a local estate agent, which didn't pay much, but it all helped.
That was inspiring for me, seeing how hard he worked, the time he gets up in the morning, the little sleep that he would have, end of his day in the garage, working on the go-kart, preparing for the weekend, packing up the truck and getting us to where we are, mechanicking, learning to be a better mechanic and still weighing all these different things. It was quite phenomenal to see. And he's like, I want to do everything in my power to create a better life for my kid. He's the guy that didn't give up when everyone said, give up on that kid.
Ma l'infanzia di Lewis è stata condizionata anche dal razzismo.
In the past years, I've had racist names being called to me. The first time it happened, I felt really upset. I felt like I needed to get revenge on them. But lately, if anybody had said anything to me, I would just ignore them and get them back on the track.
We don't get involved with people who have problems about whether we win or whether what colour we are or whatever the issue might be for them. The fact is that we're here to race, and so we go out on the track and we do our best.
My dad was like stronger rock. He would say, do your talking on the track, don't be distracted by it. Don't listen to what they're saying. Do your driving on the track and show, let's just be quiet and walk away as winners, And I think it was difficult for him to then show me love. Sometimes you just want a hug from your dad.
Dopo la gioia per il mondiale, però, arriva un periodo difficile per Hamilton. Infatti, negli anni successivi, la macchina risulta poco competitiva e non gli permette di lottare per il campionato.
Not winning is frustrating. I'll always have McLaren heart, I think. It is my home. I'm so appreciative of the opportunity that they've given me and success that we've had. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Così, alla fine del 2012, prende una decisione che lascia molti dubbi.
I had already done everything I think I could have done at McLaren, and I saw Mercedes as this baby about to start growing into something, and I wanted to be a part of it. After Singapore, that's when I made the decision, and I decided to join Mercedes. And I was like, I want to take the leap of faith, and I'm going to go with it. And regardless of what people say, pretty much everyone told me to stay, but I went with my gut and my intuition, and they weren't having a lot of success, and I think they were like the 5th or 6th best team at the time. So they were finishing often out of the top 10, and as a world champion, I think people were like, this is the worst decision you can make. This is not a great team.
You have moved from McLaren to Mercedes. Is that not a bit like moving from Manchester United to West Ham?
All the pundits, all the media outlets, all the fans, everyone was like, career's over.
Ma dopo un primo anno fatto di alti e bassi, nel 2014 la scelta di Lewis dà i suoi frutti e grazie ai nuovi regolamenti la Mercedes dà inizio al suo dominio incontrastato.
This year is a lot different, it's my 8th year in Formula 1. I just generally feel more put together, so hopefully that will reflect in my results.
Ma dopo un inizio difficile, Lewis si sblocca e inizia a vincere.
3 in a row and a quarter of a century of wins. How do you feel?
I feel incredible.
Dopo una lunga battaglia con il compagno di squadra Nico Rosberg, all'ultima gara ad Abu Dhabi, Lewis vince.
It's Lewis Hamilton, champion of the world in 2014.
Get in there, Lewis. 11 race wins, 2014 world champion.
World champion! Oh my God! I can't believe it!
I think this year was just an incredible year for me, and to move to a new team and people to doubt the move, although I felt 100% that it was the right move for me. It felt great to do this with the team.
L'anno successivo Lewis si riconferma campione ed eguaglia il suo idolo Ayrton Senna.
When reality really hits you, you have so much energy, you just want to shout, at the top of your lungs, at the top of your building. After last year, I could have easily dropped the ball, but instead carried the ball and kept going up the stairs and continued to grow as a whole all-round driver. So I was really, really happy with it. This has been a pretty amazing year for me. It's probably been the busiest. I don't think I've ever worked as much before. I don't think I've been as consistent before as I have this year. I've probably not trained and balanced my life as well as I have this year, ever before.
Why was that 3rd championship so special for you?
Well, I think just because as a kid, I had my mind set on the goal, which was to get to Formula 1 and to be a world champion. And then I'd see Ayrton, and of course I always wanted to do something similar to Ayrton.
A questo punto della sua carriera, Hamilton non sembra avere rivali e la stagione 2016 si preannuncia un altro dominio incontrastato.
My sole goal right now is obviously to win this world championship.
Ma il compagno di squadra, Nico Rosberg, ha altri piani.
It's a great opportunity at the moment, and I look forward to it. I look forward to this challenge of going up against Lewis again.
L'inizio di stagione di Hamilton è un disastro a causa di numerosi problemi di affidabilità, mentre il suo compagno è in gran forma e vince le prime 4 gare.
Something I can do.
You can do.
Yeah.
But you're still in the fight for this championship. You're not going to give up.
I never give up. So.
Il primo vero punto di svolta del campionato è a Barcellona.
This is definitely a race that I'm hoping that I'm able to try and use as a springboard.
I need to try and take the small opportunities that there will be.
And it's lights out and away we go. It was a super start from Nico Rosberg. Round the outside goes Nico Rosberg into turn one. And it's Nico Rosberg and Hamilton's onto the grass. And Hamilton's had a massive crash. And he's crashed into his teammate. The two Mercedes come together as Hamilton tried to pass on the inside.
Huge apology to all of our team.
I'm well aware of all the hard work that you've put into this these two cars.
Just let the team know that I'll do everything I can to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Went for the usual racing driver action of closing the inside line and closing the door.
I saw a gap and I went for it, and that's what racing drivers do. Basically, made a mistake and started in the wrong engine setting.
My mode was definitely in the incorrect mode, yes.
We saw some onboard with Anthony Davidson, and he saw that Nico was maybe distracted by changing that setting, so saw you too late. So do you lay any blame anywhere?
I'm not going to get into it.
Dopo questa gara inizia un altro campionato. Lewis vince 6 delle successive 7 gare e torna al comando.
I never would have thought that I would come back from 43 points down and be 19 points ahead, so I think I just didn't give up, and we didn't give up. These guys that worked so hard, we're both here in the back of the factory, and yeah, we do have a penalty up ahead at some stage, but it's as good a buffer as I could get with the circumstances.
That 4th World Championship, sort of touching distance.
I have every belief that it's possible to do it.
La pausa estiva però ribalta ancora le carte in tavola. Rosberg ne vince 3 di fila e in Malesia, mentre Lewis conduce la gara, ha l'ennesimo problema motore che lo costringe al ritiro.
Oh no, no!
Definitely, it's tough to see all those points disappear when you work so hard, but very hard to stand here and be all positive and yeah, it's going to be great because I'm the only one with Mercedes engines that have been failing this year.
Così, a 4 gare dalla fine, Rosberg ha 33 punti di vantaggio e da questo punto Hamilton deve vincere e sperare in un passo falso dell'avversario.
There's very little point to look back, so I'm looking forward to as I said, there's obviously the 4 races, but all I can do is work as hard as I can with the team.
Hamilton vince le 3 gare successive e rinvia il verdetto ad Abu Dhabi, mentre a Rosberg basta un podio per conquistare il mondiale.
The championship generally hasn't gone the way I'd hoped up until now, so 2016 has not been a spectacular year, but there's been lots of positives to take out from it, and either way I will take all the positives into next season.
I'm excited to go into the last race, fighting for the championship again with Lewis, and I'm just really focused on trying to get the job done.
It's lights out and away we go. Rosberg and Hamilton get away well, as does Kimi Raikkonen as well, and Raikkonen takes 3rd place. Hamilton goes into the first turn in the lead from Rosberg.
Okay, Lewis, this is an instruction. We need 45-1 for the win.
I suggest you guys let us race.
Lewis, this is Paddy. We need you to pick up for pace to win this race. That's the instruction.
Paddy, I'm actually in the lead right now. I can't come here.
And Lewis is trying to go slow as he can out front. Just look at the sector time.
Lewis Hamilton wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Nico Rosberg is 2nd. He takes the championship 34 years after his father. It's like father, it's like son for the Rosbergs.
Happy, we did it! Happy, we did it!
Big congratulations to Nico. He did everything he had to do this year, and he drove fantastic well to win the championships. I did everything with the opportunities that I had. Won the last 4 races, have more wins than everyone I think this year, which is a great feeling. We had lots of ups and downs during the season. Starts where I fell back and I fought back, and I never gave up.
Dopo il successo, Rosberg si ritira e un nuovo avversario lo sfida per il titolo. Sebastian Vettel.
I didn't race Lewis in go-karts because he's just 1 or 2 years older, and then he was always that step ahead. So, but I remember in 1999 there was a guy telling me that he will be in Formula 1.
And I'm feeling the best that I've ever felt. So, how does that reflect on track? And I hope it's in a positive light,
New generation of cars. Difficult to know how the race is going to unfold, how the racing will be.
So hungry for that 4th World Championship. I think that's where the energy is, and I really want to deliver that.
Il 2017 è un anno di rinascita per Lewis, che nonostante le difficoltà e gli scontri in pista e fuori, riesce a conquistare il suo quarto titolo mondiale, eguagliando proprio Vettel.
To become the four-time world champion, Lewis Hamilton does it!
Get in there, Lewis. Champion of the world.
I'd like to say a big thanks to everyone in this team. What you've done the past couple of years is just remarkable, and I'm just so grateful for your hard work this year.
Hamilton is world champion in 2017.
You know, I'm here, I've won my fourth world title. It's very, very hard to believe that it's happened. I still had this will to continue after, you know, a lot of the success we've had. I felt even a bigger burning desire this year to win the championship, particularly as we fight another team. And I had a difficult year last year. So I was adamant I was going to better myself mentally, physically, and with my attitude and how I worked with everyone so that I could put myself in the position I'm in today.
Il 2018 parte con grandissime premesse. Hamilton e Vettel si sfidano ancora, questa volta per aggiudicarsi il loro quinto mondiale.
We have the same mentality as we approach every season. The ultimate approach is to win.
To win. That stops it usually.
Oh, and Hamilton gets forced off the track. Who's going to come out in front?
Wait, he brake tested me. What the going on? Vettel literally just came alongside me and turned in and hit me.
We got close last year, but ultimately not close enough.
Oh, Kimi running on the inside, and he's cracked!
Sorry guys, P0. Sorry.
I believe that we have the capability of being the best every single year.
He crosses the line now to become the four-time world champion.
What you've done the past couple of years is just remarkable. Just so grateful for your hard work. God bless you.
Our target is to win the championship.
Solely focus on making sure that I do the best job I can.
La prima parte di stagione è incredibile, i due si scambiano continuamente posizione, ma da metà stagione in poi Hamilton cambia marcia e conquista il suo quinto titolo mondiale, sorpassando Vettel ed eguagliando Fangio.
Lewis Hamilton, the man from Stevenage, has done it once again as he rounds the final corner. It's high fives for Lewis Hamilton, a five-time champion of the world.
I just feel very content right now. I just feel very happy. But I'm really trying to cherish this moment because I know I won't. This moment will only last for a period of time, and then you're moving on to the next thing. And time is just so precious. This is a precious moment for me, so I'm just trying to absorb it and really cherish it. I still got things to achieve. There's still so many targets, so many things ahead. I could never ever personally classify myself as the best. Obviously, within myself, I know of my abilities. And my dad always told me since I was 8 years old, he said, "Do your talking on the track."
It's not our day, it's not my day, it's Lewis's day. And congrats to Lewis. I think he was just the better man, full stop. You know, he drove very consistent, he was very fast, and they were able to benefit on the advantage when we were maybe struggling, but that's a quality, that's not luck.
If you could see how tough it was for us from the beginning, and even this year, you know, there's still fighting with those obstacles and still coming stronger and stronger each year, and I feel like I'm still driving with that fierce fire that I had when I was 8 years old, which I love, and so I'll keep going until that goes.
Il 2019 si prospetta un altro anno di sfide con la Ferrari, ma non è così. A parte qualche lampo, la Mercedes e Lewis sono troppo superiori e annientano la concorrenza. Così Hamilton conquista il suo sesto titolo mondiale.
It is not easy to stay in the lead. It is not easy to stay hungry, shoot, and try and raise the bar that you've created as a team. It took us so much to get here, so much sacrifice. So it's been such a freaking hard year. It's been painful.
We lost Nicky this year, and the emotional roller coaster that we've been on with losing him, and outside of the car, just trying to remain focused throughout the year. That is the toughest. And I guess only really other athletes who are at the top of their game can really relate to it, because it's just to arrive weekend in, weekend out, can't drop the ball. Last year was a year of just continuous growth, and I think this year I tried to make sure that I've started the season as I finished last year, and I think that's just stayed through the season.
And I've had to dig deeper than ever to pull out these performances.
I'm working on a masterpiece, and I haven't quite finished it yet.
E il mondiale 2020 è davvero un capolavoro.
It's the greatest achievement in the history of Formula One racing. Michael Schumacher gets his 7th Formula One World Championship, the first ever 7 times Formula One World Champion.
Records are there to be beaten, and I'm quite relaxed that one day it will happen, whether it's Lewis, whether it's Massa or it's Sebastian Vettel or whoever.
E proprio Hamilton diventa il pilota con più vittorie nella storia.
Records are there to be broken, said Michael Schumacher. The record is broken. Hamilton has more wins than any other driver in Formula One history.
What a race, mate. You are rewriting the history books.
It's such an honor to work with you guys. Thank you. When you grow up watching his dominance for so long, I don't think anyone, and especially me, didn't imagine that I'd be anywhere near Michael in terms of records. So it's an incredible honor.
Ed è uguale a Schumacher con 7 titoli mondiali.
The man who once upon a time said that I don't aspire to be like other drivers, I aspire to be unique in my own way. And now he finds himself alongside Michael Schumacher as top in the record books. The World Championship record is equalled. Lewis Hamilton wins the Turkish Grand Prix and is a 7-time champion of the world.
Get in there, Lewis. What a way to win your 7th world title.
Thank you so much, guys. That's for all the kids out there who dream the impossible. You can do it too, man. I believe in you guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support.
As it started getting nearer, I had no idea what was going to happen. The last 3 laps were definitely like the most special I can remember probably in my life, in the sense of the emotions that I was experiencing, knowing that if I finish in this position, I'll be champion, but not only champion, but this is number 7. That's the number that was unimaginable. There's only one driver that's done it in the past. It was the impossible dream that I thought of as a kid. This is way beyond our dream.
And he is not done yet.
Il 2021 sembra l'anno del leggendario 8º titolo, ma un avversario inaspettato si frappone a Lewis, Max Verstappen.
2021 season's been like none other.
This was one of the most intensely fought battles, and it was thrilling from beginning to end.
2 of the best drivers ever going head-to-head.
When those 2 irrepressible forces met, it was just explosive.
Very controversial.
You didn't know what was going to happen next.
Excitement and entertainment, week after week after week. Unpredictable, exciting, just who is going to come out on top?
I think there's going to be surprises this year. Max is looking quite strong and a really good car, so I think they're going to be right there, if not at the front, and it's going to be a great long battle with them through the year.
When you are fighting for a championship, every little detail matters. I had positive feelings in the car, but we'll find out.
Hamilton inizia bene, ma poi alcuni errori e gli exploit in Verstappen lo fanno scivolare a meno 32 prima del GP di Silverstone.
Just impossible to match them. Impressive speed. I don't know where they've improved their car. It's taken a pretty big leap. I'm still pushing. I'm still giving it everything I've got. It's just not quick enough. So lost a lot of ground over these last 4 races. So it's been pretty painful. I don't feel any pressure. I feel pretty relaxed, and you can't always be perfect.
But then again, it shows you that things can change very quickly.
E qui il campionato cambia completamente.
And it's lights out and away we go. Hamilton's going to try again, this time on the inside, a continent touch! Verstappen is out of the race, and that's a big crash into Corse!
I was quite a long way up in the inside into 9. There was a gap, he left the gap, and I went for it. And none of us backed out, and that was the end result.
Lewis viene penalizzato di 10 secondi, ma dopo una grandissima rimonta vince il Gran Premio di casa e riduce sensibilmente il distacco da Verstappen.
I don't know really what we'll say. Just game on. We're just going to keep on attacking. There needs to be respect on the track, and if not, then this will happen more often, I guess. But I'll try my hardest to stay, as clean as possible.
We are racers. We will race, and of course we're going to race hard. That's fair. So we just keep pushing each other.
E da quel momento la sfida tra i due diventa più cattiva che mai.
I just don't feel like he needs to be as aggressive as he is, but I would never back down from anyone. I enjoy racing with him. I would love to have a battle for the whole race.
It's still very tight, and next week is going to be, again, a very important race for us. Monza's never been our strong point. but let's see what we can do.
And Hamilton and Verstappen go into the second chicane, and Hamilton goes off onto the rumble strips and is forced wide, and he might lose a place here.
It's going to be tight on exit.
And there's Max Verstappen right behind Hamilton into the first chicane. Once again, it's wheel to wheel. Hamilton and Verstappen, and this time Verstappen and Hamilton have crashed out, and they are both out. The two championship protagonists have taken each other out of the Italian Grand Prix.
That's what you get when you don't leave the space.
I was ahead going into the corner, and yes, Max went over the second curb. He obviously knew at that point he wasn't going to make the corner, and he drove into me.
They're racing for the biggest prize in the sport, so they know what's at stake. So I think that it's a racing incident.
It's clear they're battling for the World Championship, and we've seen that in the past when it's so tight that these things can happen.
E dal Brasile in poi la sfida si incendia definitivamente.
The big news here at Interlagos today, though, Lewis Hamilton, disqualified from qualifying yesterday, sent to the back of the grid because that DRS gap was larger than 85 millimeters and it didn't meet the regulations. That is a mega sprint drive from Lewis Hamilton to come home in 5th place. But here goes Lewis Hamilton. He was last at the start of the sprint. He's trying to take the lead from Verstappen, but he is forced wide by Verstappen, and Verstappen himself has to go off the track.
Hamilton with a much better exit down to turn 4.
I said, is it third time lucky? Hamilton pulls ahead of Verstappen. Before they get to the corner, the crowd go absolutely wild. Hamilton, against the odds, has come home to win the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. He's not ready to loosen his grip on that championship trophy.
Never give up, whatever you're facing. You just got to keep pushing, keep tumbling away, keep fighting, and never stop fighting. From last on the grid and then another 5-place penalty was, I think, the hardest weekend I've had. This is what a World Championship battle should look like.
Lights out, and away we go. Verstappen's going to go down the inside. There's 3 of them. Verstappen now ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton trying to get into the lead of the race. They go wheel to wheel into the first corner. Verstappen has to bail out. Lewis Hamilton has to bail out.
This guy's pretty crazy.
So let's give the position back to Hamilton to do that strategically.
It's going to happen again. Oh, they touched and they collided.
He just brake tested me. I've just hit it, man. My wing's broken.
He slowed down at a rapid pace, and that's when I had to avoid going completely up the backside of him.
Hamilton is going to give us level pegging in the championship as he comes home to win the first Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We're going to get what everybody wants to see. The 2 best drivers level pegging one more race.
Lewis, if you win on Sunday, it will be your record-breaking 8th title. Max, if you win, it will be your first.
I arrived here just trying to do the best I can, trying to be the best prepared, and of course naturally trying to win this weekend.
I'm here to do the best job I can with this incredible team. We never thought that we would be neck and neck going into the last race.
It's lights out, away we go, and Hamilton gets a decent start, and he's already ahead of Max Verstappen. Oh, and there, Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton almost coming together. Hamilton has to go off the track.
Hey, back him up.
The gap now coming down between Verstappen and Hamilton.
Oh, Checo is a legend.
He's driving his heart out there, but we're going to need a miracle in these last 10 laps to turn it around.
Oh no! Nicholas Latifi has crashed, and I think that is at turn 14.
Shit.
This is it. This is it. One lap remaining.
We're going to have 1 lap of racing to decide the championship, and Verstappen sets up the Hamilton. Is Verstappen far enough back? He's going to make the lunge down the inside. It's a late lunge by Verstappen, who takes the lead of the race.
No DRS for 2 laps.
Here comes Lewis Hamilton, though, down the back straight. He's got a slipstream. He almost touches Verstappen. Verstappen stays ahead. They have shared a brilliant championship battle, but the championship can only be won by one, and it's going Dutch in 2021. Max Verstappen for the first time ever, is champion of the world.
Oh my Lord, Max! Oh my God! Yes! Oh my God!
Max Verstappen, you are the world champion! The world champion!
Oh, I'm just speechless, Lewis. Absolutely speechless.
A big congratulations to Max and to his team. I think we did an amazing job. It's been the most difficult of seasons. We gave it absolutely everything and we never gave up, and that's the most important thing.
La stagione termina nel modo peggiore per Lewis, che si sente derubato del suo 8º titolo.
My goal is to get back on the top. I'm trying to win a world championship again and reclaim my 8th. I need to own it.
Nel 2022 cambiano i regolamenti, ma la Mercedes non è competitiva ed Hamilton, con anche le scorie dell'anno precedente, non è mai in lotta per la vittoria.
I'm just glad it's over. Just glad it's over. It's definitely been one that's been testing for the spirit and for everyone in the team, but I'm glad we got through it. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think we started with a car that we didn't want, and we finished with a car that we didn't want. I hope that the struggles this year really provide us with the tools and the strength to fight for many more championships moving forward.
Ma il 2023 segue la scia dell'anno precedente e termina per il 2º anno consecutivo senza neanche una vittoria.
Obviously frustrating for sure. When the car is terrible, I feel helpless. I can try and deliver each weekend, but you can only do so much with what you got. We've had 2 difficult years, so my goal is to get back on the top. I'm trying to win a world championship again, but then we get in the car in 2023 and it's the evil sister.
E poi, ad inizio 2024, succede l'impensabile.
Ufficiale, dal 2025 Hamilton sarà pilota della Ferrari al posto di Sainz.
It was obviously the hardest decision I think I've ever had to make. Felt like it was time to start a new chapter. For every driver, I think, growing up, watching the history, watching the driver in the red cockpit, and you wonder what it'd be like to be surrounded by the red. It definitely is a dream, and I'm really, really excited about it.
It's going to be new. It's also daunting because it's new territory. It's a new experience. It will be a challenge, but I love a challenge. I expect it to be massively different. I don't truly know what to expect, but I expect it to be a huge amount different, but special and unique in its own way.
Nel 2024 Lewis torna alla vittoria dopo un lungo digiuno e così conclude la sua leggendaria carriera in Mercedes dopo aver battuto tutti i record e conquistato 6 titoli mondiali, 84 vittorie, 153 podi, 78 pole position e un'incredibile quantità di gare memorabili.